recording. Colton, thank you for popping in, and for the colleagues at UCCS. I want to introduce the Crave technical team. So we've got Matt, Nolan, and Sarah on the line, and I'm going to hand it on over to, I think, Matt.
Yep. So thanks for joining, Colton, the one and only student. So as Dan introduced, just so you can get our voices, I'm Matt.
I'm Nolan. We're both automation engineers here at Crave Technical.
And I'm Sarah. I'm the business manager.
So this first slide kind of shows us who we are as a company, who is Crave Technical. We are known as system integrators, and what that is we have our engineering services that we provide for our clients, and we combine this with all these other vendors and suppliers and applications and interfaces you see all around here to kind of make a machine or whatever our client really specifies. This can be a combination of our engineering services. It could be a single aspect of one thing that we offer. And these are kind of the companies that we would like our future employees to get accustomed to, and you will get accustomed to on the job of all these vendors and interfaces. And you might know of C# and C++ and Python if you're coding, especially in the university environment. But these other companies, you don't really familiarize yourself with them in the university world. These you'll learn in the industry for sure. This is one thing you get excited to work with is all these different components and hardware that we have that you get to work with and get hands-on experiences with. So on the top right there, you can see some vision applications, vision vendors that we have. Bosler is our favorite we use for now for cameras. And then we have some of our lighting sources, Smart Vision and CCS. And then on the lower right there, we got some robotics companies, Universal Robotics, ABB, and we have a couple other ones like Fanuc that we're currently working with. And then we have our favorite programming logic controller, known as PLCs. We use Beckhoff primarily for that, and that's for our controls for all of our systems. And then we also can use Omron and Eaton for our controls as well. And then we have a bunch of sensors for our machines. We use 6 sometimes. We use other variety. There's plenty of it in the industry. So you get to familiarize yourself with all these vendors and learn how to combine all these hardware components into one nice machine, and that's what we're responsible for, is that software side to integrate all these things that talk to each other and build a machine, essentially. A little bit on the history for Crave Technical. We weren't always known as Crave Technical. Back in 2011, we were established as Crandall Engineering. That was just Joe, the CEO of Crave Technical today. He started in his house. In 2014, he received a functional safety certification, and so we're certified to do any sort of safety analysis on a machine to verify it's safe for a factory floor, essentially, based on all the risks that you can be involved there. In 2015, we became a partner with MVTech, which is a vision company that we specifically use Halcon as the environment language we use from that company. And then again, Bosler is our favorite kind of camera manufacturer that we work with for our cameras. In 2017, MVTech actually awarded Crave Technical with the Certified Integration Partner. You can go on to MVTech's website and find us as one of their integration partners. We are one of 2 on the West Coast that are certified as integration partners for MVTech. So that's kind of a good certification that we have. And then towards 2018, 2019, and 2020, we built a variety of machines. We built a machine called RIM that was 3D bin picking technology. We'll go over these when we have videos for all these machines. So that was done in 2018. And then there was Lab, which was for pharmacy applications in the end of 2018. And then in 2019, this is when our name changed to Crave Technical. Our logo changed then, and then we've actually changed it again since then, which you can see in the top left there.
So we're going to start out with just some pictures, examples of a couple mechanical, electrical designs that we've done in the past. So on the lower left here is actually an R&D project we were working on. So we designed this kind of mechanical assembly. The part gets held there in the nest, and then we're imaging it with the camera. So in this case, because it was R&D, we were unsure of the process around it. We decided to have the camera mounted on the end of the robot. So we could play with the angles, play with the lighting, get a little bit more feel out for what made the defects in that plate pop the most. In the final machine, which you'll see a video of later, we decided we didn't need any of that angle adjustment. So we built a standalone station that uses servos and actuators to achieve the same goal. So it moves the camera itself along the plate, but we no longer require the robot to be holding the camera in that case. And then in the middle here, this is a design that we helped a customer part out and get built a couple of in Colorado. This device measures optical components for a Fortune 10 company that makes cell phones. And then the panel on the right is actually for a really big machine. So this is mainly the power distribution. Along the bottom there are some servo drives which control the motion, but everything above that is just power distribution. This is part of like 3 or 4 panels this big that go into this machine. We helped design this panel electrically and kind of helped commission and install it. This machine that it controls makes 6-foot-long bags that they put food products into. So when they're shipping food products from factory to factory, they'll put them in these really big bags, and it ends up being more space efficient than some other methods.
So this machine was known as the tube inserter, which is one of our more simple applications. This is strictly controlled through a PLC. As you can see, we grab these tube inserters, there's some actuators and a servo that kind of twists these into place and inserts them into these bags for the food industry as well. I believe it might be kind of choppy for you guys. We'll upload this video, multiple videos for you guys to see a smoother version of it, but hopefully you were able to see all that action. So
the next machine we have here is called the low volume dispenser. One of the industries we play a big role in is the pharmaceutical industry. So a lot of people aren't aware, but when you order pharmaceutical products to be mailed to you, they actually get packaged and dispensed in like giant factories, basically. So we help a customer up in Longmont integrate their machine. This machine specifically is responsible for taking the bottles you see at the Infeed there. It picks up the bottles, it takes it to a tube, and then at that tube there's drugs sitting in there. So it's our customer's responsibility of their software to kind of count out the drugs into those tubes and prepare the location for us. And then we take that data, we pass it to the robot, and we complete the pick as you see there.
now this next machine involves vision as well as robotics and controls. So as you can see, we have these 4-axis Scara robots. These are Yamaha's robots. And we are using vision to get the pick points for all these products you see on the Infeed belt on the left there. And we are getting that pick point, picking it up with one or two suction cups, bringing it over, inspecting the bottom, inspecting the sides with 4 other cameras you see there flashing. And then once we see those barcodes on the side, one of those sides, we pass that off and put it onto the process belt. This next robot has a different on-the-arm tool specifically designed for labeling. This robot will pick up a label from one of the printers over there, and we're using vision to kind of place this label on an adequate spot on these products. As you can see in the lower right picture, the vision that we use is to avoid those barcodes. So you can see the orientation of which we want to put the label, and then the place where it needs to be away from that barcode in order to not cover it up. It's just kind of an important aspect of this machine. As you can see, these products aren't really pharmaceutical. These are the test products we were using. This is in the development phase for this machine. This machine would be processing pharmaceutical drugs at the end of it, so it's very important for the data to get handshaked properly throughout this machine to make sure these labels get printed and applied on the right products. These labels will contain the customer's address to ship these drugs out to them. It's very important that the validation is accurate. This last camera you can't see, but you might be able to see some flashing, is right here for the verification stage, and that's verifying those labels were placed on the correct position, it's on the right product, and then it goes into a tote below there for to get passed off either for accepted or rejected, depending on that verification camera.
Then this next machine here, this is the robotic Infeed module. This is meant to kind of be the downstream component to that lab machine that we just saw. So once those items are labeled and put in a tote, they go throughout the pharmacy. They might get other products and then go to human first. Kind of depends on the process of each pharmacy. But then at some point, we got to pack them to go to the customer. So you saw at the beginning of the video, it dumped those out into this plate. Above that pan sits both a 2D and a 3D camera. So we use the data from both of those cameras to pass a pick location to the robot. So when we dump the parts and get the field, we're looking at the field and deciding, okay, where does the robot need to go to pick the products most efficiently? And then after we pick them, you can see them be brought through another set of cameras similar to the lab. And what we're looking for there is the label. So just as it was important to verify that we put the right label on, we're now verifying that we are holding the product we think we're holding, it belongs in this order, and then it goes in the bag. So we're doing that verification yet again because after things are in totes, sometimes stuff falls into them, stuff falls out of them. So those are all things we want to know that this machine can identify.
Now, this last machine is called the EUV inspection machine, and we're actually using a FANUC robot for this one. So as you see, all three different, or four different machines that we have, or three that had robots, they're all three different manufacturers. For this machine, we are inspecting all sides of these two plates, known as a cover plate and a base plate. And as you can see on the top left of this video, where the giant red ring light is over there, that's where we're inspecting the sides. It's known as the rotary station. And so we're checking the sides for defects such as scratches with the camera lighting technique that we have. There's a ring light and a coaxial light for that kind of detection on that surface. For the lower right, we have a blue low-angle ring light, and this is also to inspect that shiny surface for scratches and other defects we might pick up as well. On the top right of the video, or the machine really, there's a gigantic red dome light you see there, and that one is to inspect fingerprints and watermarks we might see on this plate as well. So this machine is a really good example of kind of how we have to come up and size the camera, size the lenses, figure out what kind of lighting techniques we need in order to meet the client's features, or to see the client's features that they want to see and or defects for these plates. So this machine is very unique because it has all aspects of what we do, and it was the first machine that we were actually responsible for the mechanical design for. So all the framing was completely designed by Crave Technical as well. Everything in this machine was done by Crave Technical. The robotics code was done by myself, and then the controls and vision were done by Matt, and then for the mechanical design, that was done by Joel here in the office. So we're really proud of this machine and how it's coming together. This is currently as you can see, it's in the back of our shop at the moment. That's currently what we're working on now. During this, crisis we're going on with. So we have working on this machine specifically. So it's a very exciting machine. It's got everything we kind of want to do in it. So this is the first top to bottom machine we've done, completely like Crave Technical. So really happy with that. You can see the panel right below it too. So we actually have even designed all the electrical work that needs to be done for the panel work you see there as well. So absolutely everything has been done by Crave Technical. And this is designed for a cleaner application. That's why you see those HEPA filters on the top as well. So it's going to filter all the air out for this machine, because these plates have to be in that clean room setting. So very very clean, very precise inspection machine.
So specifically right now, we're looking to recruit an automation intern. So what that entails is kind of working alongside Nolan and I to not only, help us out with machines you may have already seen, but also to develop your skills in machine vision, controls programming, and robotics programming. Our full intention with the position is to hire somebody on as an intern for a while, and then as you come up to speed and become proficient in these different areas, then we would hire you full-time as an automation engineer, just as Nolan and myself are. So some of our basic requirements here, we're really looking for someone who's going to graduate this semester, because we really want to push hard on having you on full-time and having all of your time and not having to deal with school anymore, which is pretty nice. So with that, we're looking for degrees in engineering, physics, or computer science. And then at the most basic level, kind of some familiarity with object-oriented programming and familiarity with like electrical properties and circuit design. These full requirements and more of a description can also be found on a handshake listing for the same position. So if you ever want more detail, you can go to our website for some more videos, or that handshake listing will give you a full listing of these requirements. And then the requirements on this page we're looking at is really accelerating candidates. Certainly none of these are at all required, but these would help candidates stand out among other people. So specific language experience with Java, C#, OpenCV, or ImageJ, which should make on the slide. But those are really important to us. Those are a lot of the fundamentals we deal with every day, and if you have a head start in that, it would help you excel a lot at Crave Technical. And certainly I don't want this slide to scare anybody away. This is a lot of stuff. And certainly I think most of these things I've never learned in school either. And that's the whole point of this intern position, is to come on board, work alongside us, and learn every day. So, 3 years ago, I couldn't write hardly any machine vision code. And now it's something I probably do, every week. I'm writing a little bit of code for prospective clients or for a final machine or to help a client out. So it's, it all comes along with the internship.
One more thing I'd like to add is this position for the intern position is also not a position that we want to continue on to be a permanent automation engineer position. So like if you do well, you enjoy what you do here in this intern position, we will want to hire you on full time as an automation engineer. It's very important to us. And that kind of concludes what we have for who Crave Technical is and what we're looking for in that kind of employee role here to work with us. You can email resumes for the intern position to Sarah at sarah@cravetechnical.com. Or I think you can even post it on Handshake as well, and just post it there as well.
Yep.
In the lower left, you can see our contact information and our address. We're located in the Springs. If you like the Springs, you want to work in the Springs, you want to be local, this is one of the companies that is in Springs, just off Garden Gods here on Sinton Road. So, for now, I'm willing to open the time up for questions. You guys might have any?